Good evening and welcome back. For those of you that are joining me again, thanks for returning. For those of you that are new to the channel, welcome aboard. Real quick summary of who I am and what we're doing here. My name's Joe, and I'm the guy next door. I'm the one that you go to for basic advice when you're really not sure how to proceed with something, because chances are I'm going to know a little bit about it. You see, I'm not a specialist, I'm a generalist. I know a little bit about a lot of subjects, and I'm more than happy to share that information with you. And that's what brings us here on this channel tonight and in the future. As I said last night when I filmed my first video, this is completely raw and unedited footage. It's a live, continuous shot with me speaking to you and explaining what I'm doing and why I'm doing and how I'm doing it. Hopefully, I'm not going to trip over myself too much. I think I did okay last night and got some positive feedback on the first video outing. So today, when I woke up, I went out for a walk. And as I was walking, I was trying to think of what I was going to say next and where I wanted to go with the next video. And I had some thoughts about looking into some of the ways that you can monetize the videos and start making money through YouTube. And I started doing some research today, but unfortunately, I wasn't able to get enough of that in to be able to go ahead and share that with you. So instead, what I'm going to share with you tonight is a technique to help you possibly eke out a little bit more money from that emergency fund that you have. Experts tell us that we should have between 3 and 6 months of liquid cash available just in case. Well, we've kind of lived through 5 months of just in case. I know in our household, my wife was laid off due to COVID. She was in a personal care business and her salon was closed. So we've had to make do, and we were fortunate enough to qualify for some unemployment, but that ran out already. Her company went back and she wasn't able to. So we've had to do what we could. Fortunately, we were in a position where we do have a strong financial reserve because I've been socking money away for years. Now, one of the ways that I help keep my emergency fund so that it can work for me in these days of incredibly small interest rates is a technique I learned a while ago called bank churning. Bank churning is when you use a bank's desire to attract new customers to help you profit. So what does that mean exactly? Well, every bank is trying to attract customers. And in days of declining interest rates like we have now, where you have certificates of deposit paying out at less than 0.5%, where you have savings accounts paying out pennies on the $100, even when you have a high yield account that's earning less than 1% annually, there have to be different ways for the banks to attract new clients into their door. So hopefully you will bring your entire banking relationship over with them and build and develop and build a long-term relationship with that particular bank. This is also a method that you can use to help improve your return on funds that are just sitting there anyway. How does that work? Well, the way it works for me is I have my main bank account, and my main bank account doesn't stay. My main bank account doesn't leave. It always stays. I don't touch my main account. But what I do is open up secondary or tertiary accounts along the way. Things that might be short term or short purpose. Maybe I want to save up for a vacation. So I take money out of my main bank and put it to another bank so that it's out of sight, kind of out of mind. When I'm doing this, I might as well take advantage of whatever offer the bank has out there. There's a number of searches you can do for best opening bank account bonuses, best checking account bonuses, and there's a couple of different websites that provide that type of information for you. It's critical that you read those offers completely and thoroughly, that you understand exactly what's required, first to qualify for the bonus, and second to make sure that that account stays free. Because if you get a bonus and then you get charged $25, $35, $50 a month just for the benefit of having the account, well, that bonus disappears pretty quickly. I had an opportunity about a week and a half ago. As I said, I've got some money sitting in my emergency fund. We're in that 3 to 6 month range, and I'm looking to improve my yields on it. So I found an offer for a bank that was offering me $250 if I opened a new checking account with them. Now, I had been with this bank 2 or 3 years ago to get a bonus from them, and enough time had passed. I checked the terms and conditions, and enough time had passed, and I was able to reopen an account and qualified for a new bonus. So the terms for this particular bonus were to open a new checking account, have direct deposits totaling $500 flow into this account over the first 90 days, and then I would get paid an account opening bonus of $250. In order to keep the account free, I either had to have continual direct deposits of $500 or keep a cash balance in the account of $3,500 or more at all times. Well, when I opened the account, it took about 10 minutes for me to find the account online, open it online, link up one of my main accounts to it, and then transfer $3,501 from my high yield money market account that really just isn't yielding much right now into this to waive the monthly fees so that I could then set up my direct deposit and have it go in. On the 19th of August, my $3,501 posted to my new account. And the next day I got a text message that told me that my account bonus had already posted. So in one day, I got a $250 interest return on the money that I had put in there, money that had been sitting in my high yield account earning less than 1%. Is $250 going to make a big deal in my life at this point? No, not really, but it's money that I didn't have that took me about 10 minutes to earn. And now I can pull that $250 bonus out and look for another offer and just do the same thing at another bank. If you plan on doing this, it's critical that you understand how you get out of the account once you've gotten your bonus and how you get into the next one. So I maintain a spreadsheet where I list the bank, I list the opening deposit requirements, I list the minimum balance requirements, and I keep track of when I get my bonus and how long I have to keep the account open so I don't get charged an early termination fee. In most cases, it's about 6 months. So then this $3,500 lump sum will just move over to the next account where I will get another $100, $200, $300 account opening bonus for opening an account with them. And then I'll mark my spreadsheet with the closing date and keep an eye on it for when it circles back around and I qualify to open it again. Typically, you can earn anywhere from $500 to $1,000 per year just by opening new accounts, not by closing your existing. Keep your main checking account where it is. This is for an additional account. This is if you have that money that's in the savings account and you're looking each month and it's earning 80 cents in interest on a couple of $1,000. This is how you help improve those returns. So, to summarize, a couple of key things that you need to be aware of with this. Number one, you want to double check that the bank that you are doing business with does not do a hard credit pool. Most banks do not, but if you're opening up an account strictly to get the bonus, the last thing you want is it affecting your credit. Because on a future episode here, I'm going to talk about credit card churning, which kind of goes hand in hand with the bank account churning. Anytime someone is willing to pay me to do something that I'm doing anyway, I'm going to try and do it. It's just a simple way to make some extra money. Number two, after that credit pull, be aware of the terms and conditions, both for the bonus, the opening requirements, and the ongoing monthly requirements for the account. Number three, have your exit strategy in place. Know how you are going to get out of the account, whether that is sending a letter into the branch, going into the physical branch and getting a check, transferring the bulk of your funds out and calling the customer service number to close the account. Whatever way you're comfortable closing that account out once you reach that 6-month period. If at all possible, avoid calling the bank. You don't want to draw attention to what you're doing. You don't want to draw attention to the fact that there are people out there doing this, because the coupon codes come out and people like to take advantage of them. Nobody wants to be shut out and not able to take advantage of getting this type of a bonus. So while it's not that this is an unethical practice or an illegal practice, it is completely above board, it is completely legitimate, and who knows, maybe after you open this new account, you will decide that you absolutely love this new bank and you might move your whatever over, be it a mortgage, a line of credit. Maybe they offer you a credit card that you don't have. Whatever it might be, you might find that new banking relationship by doing this. The next point to remember with this is these bonuses are paid out and then you will receive a 1099 at the end of the year because it is calculated as interest earned. So for those of you that are trying to control your taxes, I'm sorry, you're going to have to pay a little bit of taxes on making some extra money. But it's a small price to pay for funds that you wouldn't have gotten just by having your money sit at 0.1% or 0.2%. So that's what I had to talk to you about tonight. I'm very excited about this. It was a great surprise to find this posting, quite frankly, almost 3 months earlier than I expected it to. I got the bonus even before I get the debit card on the new account. So that just allows me to accelerate and move and take this $250 and put it in another bank to get another new account opening bonus. Again, my goal through these little conversations is to give you some tips, some tricks, some ideas, some ways that you can either make some money or save some money. This one, it requires a little bit of time. It requires a little bit of startup cash. Hopefully you have the ability to change your direct deposit, but there's all kinds of different offers out there. There are some offers where you have to do the direct deposit. There's some where you have to maintain a minimum balance. There's some where you have to make a certain number of purchases. Just familiarize yourself with the terms and conditions. Know what's required. Know where you're going. And make a little bit of money. Then take that $250 and go make a little bit more money. So that is my first step. I now made $250. So if you remember from last night, the goal is that $250,000. How do we get there? Well, I'm now 0.1% of the way there. So I'm looking forward to seeing you again soon. Thank you so much for tuning in tonight. Remember, I'm trying to build the channel here, so if you could like the video, if you could subscribe to my channel if you have not already, if you could hit the bell so you get the notifications whenever I post up a new one. I'm not sure how many I'm going to be posting, maybe 2 a week, maybe 3 a week, maybe 5. It all depends on how much I have and the material I have, because if you remember from last night, I'm growing with you and I'm learning how to do this so that I can show you my path. For those of you that aren't completely 100% comfortable with the technology, I'm learning how to do it as well. So my name's Joe. I'm a generalist, not a specialist, and I look forward to seeing you again soon. Thank you. Have a good night.